So thank you for joining today's seminar on green infrastructure and urban agriculture. I'm Ryo Kohsaka from Nagoya University, Graduate School of Environmental Studies. Yeah, today's a big day for the United States and also a sad day for Vienna in Austria, that there was certain incidents, and one of our speaker is from Boku, Vienna, and our hearts is with the people in Vienna as well. Today, we would have invited several international speakers and experts in Japan to discuss the topic that is related to green infrastructure and urban agriculture. And this is also a seminar that is open for students in Nagoya University, and some high school students from Okinawa is also listening to this program. We received more than 90 participants, and we are very grateful that you have taken time to join this workshop. This is the topic and scope of this international workshop. So we would like to initially discuss the green infrastructure, as particularly in urban agriculture context, and also some implications from COVID-19. And our plan was to have a face-to-face meeting to discuss the indicators for evaluation. But this we will mostly postpone to next meeting in 2021, if we can meet face-to-face next year. But we will start discussing these topics today. These are the schedules. We hope to keep this up, and I have spent a bit of my 5 minutes, but these are the programs. And I'll just briefly go through what's the status and trends of the green infrastructure. So 2011, Japan was hit by the eastern parts, particularly was hit by this earthquake in 2011 March. And of course, this has evoked a lot of discussions. And also, the other background is that our population is decreasing rapidly. So how do we maintain our infrastructure in a depopulating age, in a place where we are often frequent by the natural disaster? There's always a hope and people who are willing to contribute and to move forward. This is a fisherman who was reopening his shop after the earthquake period. This is the graph from the Science Council of Japan, Nihon Gakujutsu Kaigi in Japanese right now. And this explains what are the advantages, functions, and characteristics of artificial infrastructure, and what are the advantages and strengths of ecological ones. I just mentioned that the ecological ones are not there to replace the artificial ones, but to complement them. And also, it has this multifunctionality that it can be used in a daily use for recreational use, which the artificial infrastructure such as dams by concrete and so on does not have. And also the maintenance is probably would cost less for the ecological ones or the green infrastructure. I think our speakers will elucidate on these points later on. This is the function and time, and it's the strength of one of the advantages of green infrastructure is that even after a shock of a certain threshold, it can still continue to function. So these are the issues I think that needs to be borne in mind when you would listen to this workshop. Lastly, this is from Tohoku area, and they also have this tradition of having a certain forest surrounding their household, firstly to prevent strong winds coming from the mountain areas. So these, for example, have an ecological function as well as preventing certain nature disasters. And these can be counted as a traditional type of a green infrastructure. Also, this is another example from Tohoku region where the green areas are located. And from mountains to the seashores, there's certain continuity, and there needs to be discussed where these green areas can be strategically used or where they can be located, both from viewpoints of precipitations, recreational use, as well as urban agriculture and other uses. So with that, I would like to end my brief introduction. Today's workshop is gratefully sponsored by the Nagoya University International Meeting Grant and also by Obayashi Foundation. But we also plan to have, as I mentioned earlier, face-to-face meeting in 2021 where the scope and discussion will be expanded. So, and also, yeah, we have certain additional fundings as well.